welcome, and thank you for being here tonight. Find a comfortable position, somewhere warm, somewhere safe. Let yourself sink into it. There is nothing you need to do now. Know where you need to be. The day is behind you, and it can stay there. Let's take a slow breath in through the nose. One, 2, 3, 4, and gently let it go. 2, 3, 4. Once more. Breathe in slowly, filling the chest, and softly release. Feel your shoulders begin to drop away from your ears. Let them fall. Let the weight of your body settle into the bed beneath you. Your legs, heavy and still. Your hands, soft and open. Even the small muscles in your face, beginning to relax. Tonight, we're going to wander gently to some of the quietest and most beautiful places on our planet. You don't need to remember any of it. You don't need to picture it perfectly. Just let the words drift over you. Like the rain, whenever you're ready, let your eyes grow heavy and close, and we'll begin. High in the mountains of Bolivia lies a vast plain of salt called the Salar de Uyuni. By day, it stretches to the horizon, white and flat and endlessly still. And when a thin layer of rain settles across it, something quiet and wonderful happens. The ground becomes a perfect mirror, and the sky and the earth melt softly into one. Clouds drift below your feet, as gently as they drift above. It is so calm, so vast. That far above, satellites use its still surface to find their way. Imagine walking there, slowly, across a floor made of sky. Far away, in the south of Siberia, rests Lake Baikal, It is the oldest lake on Earth and the deepest. It has lain there quietly for millions upon millions of years. In the deep of winter, its surface freezes into clear blue ice, so pure and so smooth that you can see far, far down into the still water below. It holds nearly a fifth of all the fresh water on the surface of our world. Resting, patient, unhurried. Picture the ice, glowing softly in the cold light, perfectly silent, perfectly calm. On a high lake between the mountains, called Titicaca, live a people who build their own islands. The Euros gather soft, dry reeds from the shallows and weave them layer upon layer into land. Their gentle islands float upon the water, rising and falling with it, rebuilt by hand season after season for hundreds of years. Homes and paths and small quiet boats, all made of reeds, all drifting softly on the surface of the lake. A whole way of life, floating quietly on the water. Let's pause here for just a moment. Notice how your body feels now. A little heavier, a little softer than before. Breathe in gently and let it go. There's no hurry. We have all the time in the world. On the top of a quiet volcano in Indonesia, sit three still lakes called Kelimutu. Slowly, over weeks and months, they change their colors from soft turquoise to gentle green to deep, still, dark water. No one can say exactly when they will change or why. They simply shift in their own time, like a slow, silent breath of the earth. Changing, resting, changing again. On the shores of the Maldives, When the night is dark and the water is calm, the sea begins to glow. Millions of tiny living lights drift within the waves. And with every gentle motion of the water, they shine a soft electric blue. Each small wave lights up and slowly fades and lights up again. The beach becomes a mirror of the night sky. A quiet field of stars, glowing at your feet. Deep beneath the green forests of Vietnam lies the largest cave in all the world. Its name is Son Dung. It is so vast that soft clouds form within it. A river flows through the dark, and a whole quiet jungle grows inside, reaching toward the light. Far, far above, sunlight falls through openings in the roof. In gentle golden beams, into a hidden world that few will ever see. Imagine the cool, still air, the sound of distant water, and the soft light drifting down. Where a warm river meets a wide lake in Venezuela, the night sky begins to flicker. Far away, over the still water, silent lightning glows on the horizon again and again, almost every night of the year. It is so distant that you hear nothing at all. Only a soft, endless light, blooming and fading in the dark. For hundreds of years, sailors watched it from far out at sea and let its gentle glow guide them quietly home. Off the warm coast of Australia stretches the Great Barrier Reef. It is the largest living thing on our entire planet. Reaching for thousands of quiet kilometers beneath the shallow, sunlit water. Countless small creatures drift and shelter among its soft colors. A slow, gentle world, always moving, never in a hurry. It is so large that from far out in space, it can still be seen, resting there beneath the sea. Let your mind grow soft. If a thought drifts in, that's all right. Just let it float away again. Like a leaf on slow water. Breathe in and gently out. Sink a little deeper. In a small, quiet corner of Alaska sits the little town of Whittier. Through the long winters, when the snow falls soft and deep over the mountains, nearly everyone in the town lives together, warm beneath a single roof. A whole small world in one gentle building by the sea. Where neighbors pass in quiet hallways, and the snow settles silently outside the windows. Imagine being warm and still inside, watching the snow fall, with nowhere you need to go. In a still, dry corner of Death Valley, there are stones that quietly wander across the desert floor. On rare cold nights, thin sheets of ice form on the ground, and the softest breath of wind begins to move them along. Slowly, over hours, the stones drift, leaving gentle trails behind them in the earth. No one is ever there to see it. They simply travel, quietly, in the dark, in their own patient time. Long, long ago, where the great Sahara Desert now lies, there were lakes and rivers and soft green grass. Rain fell often, and animals wandered wide green plains. Beneath a gentler sky, slowly, over thousands of years, the land changed, and the sand returned. But beneath the dunes, the shapes of ancient lakes still rest, quietly remembering the water. The earth changes so slowly, turning green, then gold, then green again. Over ages we can barely imagine. Far in the north, beyond the Arctic Circle, there are places where, in the height of summer, the sun never sets at all. For weeks, the light lingers softly through the night. A long, gentle golden glow across the mountains and the sea. And in winter, the opposite. A long, quiet darkness, soft and still, lit only by the stars and the moon on the snow. A slow, patient rhythm of light and dark, unlike anywhere else on Earth. Across the far north of our world, there grows a forest so wide it circles the whole planet. It is called the taiga, a vast, quiet band of pine and spruce stretching through Russia and Canada and the cold northern lands. It is one of the greatest forests on Earth. Breathing out a great share of the world's clean air. Standing silent under snow for much of the year. Imagine the hush of it. Endless trees. Soft snow on the branches. And nothing but the quiet. You're doing beautifully. There's nothing to do but rest. Feel how heavy and warm your body has become. Breathe in, slow and soft, and let it go. Let's drift on. Just a little further. On an island in the Philippines, rise more than 1,000 small rounded hills. Standing softly across the green land. They are so alike, so evenly shaped, that they look almost handmade. In the dry season, the grass upon them turns a soft, warm brown. Row upon row of gentle green hills, rolling quietly to the horizon. Picture walking slowly among them. In the warm, still air, as the light grows soft and golden. In a calm valley in Canada, there is a lake unlike any other. When the warm days of summer draw the water down, it leaves behind soft, round pools. Circles of pale color, side by side, cross the shore. For the people who have lived beside it for countless years. This has always been a gentle, sacred place, a lake of quiet circles, resting in the sun, still and calm and old. In certain deserts across the world, the sand itself can sing. When the dry grains slip softly down the slope of a great dune, they hum together, a low, gentle sound that can carry for miles across the quiet. Some who hear it say it sounds like a distant voice. Or a soft, deep note held in the air. The desert, humming quietly to itself, beneath the wide and open sky. The tallest mountain on Earth, Great Everest, is not standing still. Very, very slowly. A little more each year. It continues to rise as the land deep beneath it presses gently upward, far too slow to ever see, but always patiently reaching a fraction higher toward the sky. Even the mountains are quietly changing in their own unhurried time. Out in the warm Indian Ocean lie the Maldives, a country made of hundreds of small, low coral islands. They are so flat that the land barely rises above the gentle sea. Soft white sand, clear, shallow water, and palm trees leaning quietly in the breeze. From above, they form soft rings and curves upon the ocean, like quiet brushstrokes on blue water. A place made almost entirely of calm, warm sea. In the far east of Siberia, there is a small village, quiet under deep snow, called Oymyakon. It is one of the coldest places where people live. Yet life goes on, gently, through the long white winters. Soft smoke rises from the chimneys into the still cold air. Windows glow warm against the endless snow. And the whole village rests, close and quiet, in the pale winter light. Imagine being warm and safe inside. As the soft snow falls, and the world outside lies silent and still. On the western edge of Ireland, tall cliffs rise straight from the gray-green sea. Soft mist drifts along them, and the slow, deep sound of the waves rolls in from far below. Seabirds turn quietly on the wind, and the wet grass at the cliff top sways in the gentle breeze. Stand there a while in your mind, with the cool, soft air on your face, and the endless, calming sound of the ocean. That's enough gentle wandering for tonight. You've traveled quietly across the whole world, to mountains and lakes and warm and distant shores. And now it's time to rest. Let all of it fade softly away. You don't need to hold on to any of it. Let the places drift off, like clouds, like the last of the rain. Feel how heavy and warm your body is now. How still, how safe. There is nothing left to do tonight. Nothing at all. But breathe and rest. The world will keep turning. Slowly, gently, while you sleep. The lakes will lie still. The snow will keep falling softly. The sea will keep its quiet rhythm. All through the night, let your breath grow slow and soft and even, and let yourself drift down and down into a deep and peaceful sleep. Good night.